everybody, it's Mike, the Baldadonis. Boom! Hey guys, on tonight's episode, this is not a video that I wanted to do. 68% of all Americans own a pet. And like 68% of all pet owners, there comes a day that we don't want to ever come, but it does. When we have to put down our best friend. And that day for me was Wednesday, March 13th. After 15 years and 5 months of me owning him, it was time for him to go to sleep. He had a very good life, but his problem was being a Mainecoon. They have hip problems, hip dysplasia, and he happened to have a lot of arthritis. And it just caught up to him. It was very hard to see him move. You could see it in his hips, his shoulders. He was just a old man, And the decision was I had to put him down and do what was best for him. Now I'm going to share my story and his story and let you know how I even got him. So let's start from the beginning. 15 years ago, me and my ex-girlfriend, so 15 years ago, my then girlfriend bought a house. I moved in with her. And one day I was saying, hey, I want to get a Mainecoon cat. And my reason was because when I was younger, a friend of mine had one. I was sitting on the chair. All of a sudden, I felt this big furry thing, which I thought was a dog, rub against me. I look down and I see this huge cat. So I pick him up and I'm like, look, what the hell? I'm like, look at you. Holy crap. I'm like, this thing's huge. I was like, I fell in love. The thing was super fluffy, super friendly. And I was amazed by the size of a Mainecoon. So I finally convinced my girlfriend at that time to take a ride 3.5 hours away up to Maine, Oxford, Maine. And the place was called, I believe it's still called, the Kittery. I'll post it up. But anyways, we took the long drive and we were two kittens, trying to win our love. So when I first walked into the place, now I told my girlfriend at the time, I don't want a baby kitten because the layout of our house was, it was a cute little log house, but we had stairs that went up to the second floor in the basement that had no backing. So if it slipped off a stair, it would just fall down right into the basement. So I wanted something that was a little bit bigger. So we were contemplating on two. One was small, baby. I was like, I don't know. And every time we walked back into the other room, there was Buddy sitting on top of a scratch post, meowing, trying to get my attention. He did that a couple times. So in the room full of cats, or kittens, I should say, Buddy would stand out all the time. He was this cat, verbally trying to get my attention, patting me, and I was patting him. So it came down to the kitten and Buddy. Buddy won. So we take him home. $553 later, I bought a Mainecoon. I wanted a real Mainecoon cat with double paws. Awesome. That's an awesome sight to see. Double paw cats are polydactyl, or two-wheel drive, or four-wheel drive. If you can get the double paws on the back, it's a four-wheel drive. That's the nickname for it. So I was very happy with my little friend. At the time, we called him Mr. Paws because of the size of his paws. And soon after that, I just started calling him Buddy. So every time I came home, I'm like, where's my little buddy? Buddy, Buddy, Buddy. The name stuck, and that's what it was. So Buddy was the type of cat that very friendly, very outgoing, very loving. Now you can play with this cat and he would fetch, bring a ball back or a little toy, run around. He did everything. You can beat him up because he was so stocky and robust. You know, you could mess with him. No, he messed with you too. You know, I got my fair share of bloody hands and those razors, his little claws that just scratched the hell out of me. So I took my beating as well. So the point of this video is we're dedicating this video to him because he was such a great cat. Now, if you're new to my channel, I talk about all kinds of topics, and this is one topic, sharing life experiences one video at a time. And this is something that 68% of America will have to go through, or we already had gone through, and we will go through in the future. So, yes, Buddy was my best friend. Even after that girlfriend, after a future fiance, after all my health issues, he was my rock. He was my everything. He was my world. Now, after we moved out of that ex-girlfriend's house, we moved here. And this is a perfect spot for him. We live on a pond. So he's an indoor-outdoor cat. I let him out as much as possible. Fearing for other animals, that was one thing I did. I would fear, you know, the hawks or foxes, whatever else was out there. But, well, you know, old age got to him before something else did. So I'm grateful for that. What else can I talk about? Well, when people come to visit me, his personality took over. People, when they came to visit me, hey Mike, what's up? Where's Buddy? First thing they said, where's Buddy? So I got used to that role pretty quickly because he was the star attraction when you come to this house. And little did I know the what's the word I'm looking for? The way that he presented himself to other people led to other people buying Mainecoon cats because of his personality. My sister got a Mainecoon cat. My next door neighbor Lisa and Alan, they bought a Mainecoon cat all because of Buddy. Buddy's personality was so fantastic and outgoing and loving that whoever came here just fell in love with him. A friend of mine named Jean, she lost her mom, and one day she came to visit, and she went down to the edge of the pond, and she needed a few moments to be alone, and Buddy picked up on that. He walked down, and just stood right next to her. That's the type of cat that Buddy was. He was always loving. But again, you can mess with them. He wasn't perfect by any standards, you know what I mean? He was a cat after all. He would knock things down, and he would be a little shit here and there. Of course he was, you know. But he was a fantastic cat. Now, I have a small list. I got a small list, folks, of what I will not miss about owning a cat. Okay? This is not to be mean. This is just the facts. Things I will not miss. Kitty litter. I will not miss cleaning his kitty litter. He's 23 pounds at his biggest. He averaged about 18 to 20 pounds, and he took monster dumps just like a dog. It was mind-boggling on how much he can poop. I was like, what the hell is this? So I will not miss cleaning up his kitty litter. No, I will not miss that. Okay. I will not miss the fur everywhere. He was a very long-haired cat, and hair was everywhere. The fur was everywhere. I don't miss cleaning the house, every other day or whatever, just because of him, with all the fur. So I will not miss that. Take him to the vet. Now, take him to the vet and to the groomers was challenging. Trying to get him in that little box, his little carrier, I had to be very sneaky. I would leave the radio on while he was sleeping upstairs or wherever, because he knew certain noises. So if I went into the garage, he would hear the creaking of the spring that holds that door together. His ears would perk up and he would run, or like, you can't pick up a cat when he's like buckled down, you know what I mean? You got to fight with that cat to get him into that carrier. So I will not miss taking him to the vet and taking him to the groomers. With Mainecoon cats with the double paws, he's got, I don't know, I think there were like nine nails, and they're super thick on him. And he had a middle one that was really very thick, and doing it at home was just too much, so I'd rather take him to the groomers and have that done. Let's see. Okay, so like any other cat or a dog, whatever, you're going outside, you got to do something, you're packing up the cat to go somewhere, you get out. I'm like, come on, man, I got to go. So messing around to try to get him back in the house every once in a while, that was a pain in the ass. So I won't miss that. Okay, he likes to eat. Whatever I ate, he ate. Anything that was protein, he ate off my plate. Not literally, I'd give him a couple little spots here and there, but he loved to eat his chow-chows. So because he loved to eat so much, he ate fast. Next thing you know, puke all over the place. So sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night, you come downstairs, you might step in it. So I will not miss him puking. I will not miss the fur balls from him puking up the fur ball. So I will not miss that either. Being a picky eater. So after a while, as he was getting older, I had to change his food, and just trying to find the food that was good for him, or I was just happy that he ate, was very challenging. I talked about that in a video in the past, and I had to ask a cat lady some suggestions on what she was buying her cats, and what she picked out actually worked. So I want to thank that cat lady. Thank you very much. So I'm not going to miss spending money left and right just to throw the food away. So I will not miss that. 15 and a half years of not sleeping. I will not miss that. He woke me up, didn't matter what time it was. Pet owners, we know how this goes. They wake you up, you move over, whatever. This I won't miss that at all. Okay, let's see. Wanted to go out and wanted to come back in. So out in the back deck, he'll want to go out. I open up the door, I shut the door, I walk over, and he's meowing again. I'm like, dude, you either come in or you're out. He'd do that to me for years. Bust my chops about going out only to come right back in. So he did that to me quite often. I will not miss that. Okay. Things that I will miss about him. Him being very loving. His personality was awesome. I will miss when he comes in, when he comes to bed, when he did wake me up, so when I did wake up, he was right on my shoulder, snuggling. He would just crawl and step on me just so he can crawl into my arms, you know. So I will miss that. I will miss his little paws as I wake up and look at him. He would look at me and he would, with his razor blades, do this to me. Just like he would do to his face, he would do that to my face. So I will miss that. I will miss open up the door, him running to me. I will miss him watching TV with me, you know, snuggling up with me, just sleeping with me. I will miss how he takes care of everybody else. Anytime somebody came in the house, like I said, where's Buddy? And he was right there for them. He wasn't a mean cat. You could play with him. He'll mess you up. But he would love you at the same time. So I will miss that. Yeah, just the love, the unconditional love he gave me. All right. So what else? So again, Mainecoons have a problem. It's hip dysplasia. And as he was getting older, I would see him bunny hop. Now, bunny hopping is just as it sounds. He'd bunny hop up the stairs 2 feet at a time instead of walking up normal. And then he would bunny hop coming down. I'm like, what the hell is that? I remember saying to my sister, watch this. I said, doesn't that look awkward? It doesn't look right. So one day I took him to the vet, and it's like, yeah, he has a lot of arthritis. Now that was, let's see, about 14 months ago, and we put him on a steroid. Now the steroid did help. The steroid is called Prednisolone, whatever it is, Prednisolone. And you got to feed them through the mouth with one of these. Now, I watched a woman on a video, and that will be up in a second, showing how, oh, you just put it in the mouth and no. The cat, I don't know, that cat that woman had was either doped up or something, because every time I went, open up the fridge, he can hear this. Shaking up, he either ran or he hid. You try to get this in a cat's mouth that doesn't want it, good luck. So I was very frustrated putting this down his throat. You know, so sometimes I'll get mad at him. I'm like, get this thing in there, you know? So I will not miss putting medication in his mouth. I will not miss going to the vet buying this at $45 every month. Yeah, so whatever that woman did, it's not that simple, folks. As anybody has a pet that has to do that, they know you have to chase that cat or the dog or whatever, try to force the medicine down its throat. That was a chore, so I will not miss that. Yeah, so the medications did buy me time, or buy him time. You know, and then the following past, I'd say maybe 3 weeks, I try to get some joint guide mixed into his food. He knows when something's up. Like he can taste something different in his food, and he won't eat it. So I had to find something that I thought was going to help him, and I just didn't think he was going to go as fast as he did. But he did start feeling a little bit better with it. I want to say that. He seemed to walk, like, again, with the steroids, the cats think they can jump, you know, but I have stairs for him. I had stairs for him to go up the sofa, and I had stairs that goes up to my bed for him. These little cute little stairs that has like 5 steps, and they can get up there. So, yeah, it bought me time with that steroid. You know, but it is what it is. Okay, so I started seeing, you know, the decline probably the past 2 or 3 months, and that's when I knew it was time to start calling vets. And I actually had a mobile vet come to my house, and that company was called ARC Mobile Veterinarian, and they came to the house. They were very nice to me. I wanna thank them. They were very understanding, very just let me cry with them. Very patient. So I will be getting, well, actually, I called him and I wanted to bury him in the yard. I'm like, I'm gonna bury him in the yard, that's where he belongs. He's been in this house for 12 years. I'm burying him. They're like, okay, that's not a problem. Then I thought about it, I go, if I ever moved, he would always be there. And when I would come, so this is the other problem too. When whenever I come home, I'll know exactly where I bury him. And I think that started to bother me as well. So knowing where he was, I don't know, I just think that was a little too much for me. So I did get him cremated. I should have him back maybe next week. And I will go to his favorite spots and put his ashes out there. And I will keep the rest for myself in his little jar. So that's what I'm doing. So yeah, as a great cat, my sister lives next door. He would be such a gentleman and walk her home every time she come over. So I'm like, buddy, you want to walk Auntie home? You get up, walk my sister right next door and come right back. So he was very polite, always making sure that his auntie got home nice and safe. As for my neighbors, he would go up there and visit them, and they loved him so much that they bought a Mainecoon cat. So, you know, here's a picture of her, and her name is Mink, a little black Mainecoon. They love her so much. They have nothing bad to say about her. She's just a great cat. Again, my sister bought one. Unfortunately, at 11 and a half years old, she had feline leukemia, and they had to put it down a few months ago. So I feel bad for my sister and her family because, you know, that was a great cat too. Now, me and my sister convinced my dad of letting me and my sister get my mom a Mainecoon cat. So that's what we did. I think it was about 9 years ago, 8 or 9 years ago. And she is a double paw, all 4 double paws, Mainecoon female. Her name is Dusty. I wanted my mom to have an affectionate cat as much as I did. My buddy just wanted to hang out with you. My mother's cat doesn't want nothing to do with you unless it's on her terms. You know, she's a little princess. You know, she's beautiful, lanky, beautiful cat, but you gotta be careful. I have to hold her like this before I get my eyes scratched out. She's getting used to me, you know, as she's getting older, and I can pat her up for a little while, and then boom, I gotta bring it back. I'll bring it back out. But yeah, so just I want to thank my best friend, Buddy, for being there for me. Everything I've gone through, he was with me for after my heart attack. He nurtured me through that. He nurtured me through all my crap that you see, my YouTube videos that I talk about. He was always there for me, you know, and things that I would do differently with my cat. And I taught this to my Aunt Michelle, and I said, this is what I would have done differently. And she was like, well, we understand, you know, as a pet owner, it's just, you can't think like that. So a couple of things that I really want to take back, though, that if I could do over, is the rough housing that I did with him. I would smack his ass, you know, and that's the way we played. I think just manhandling him the way I did, I think I aggravated his hips to come out faster than it should. If I didn't roughhouse him as much as I did, maybe he would still be here. The other thing was, because of his hips, I had to get disposable kitty litter trays. Now, when I say that, you just go to the store, these little trays, not that tall, he can get in, but he would miss half the time and piss on the floor. I'll wake up and there'd be pee everywhere, so I have to clean that up, and I would start screaming. I was like, what the F are you doing, dude? Just take the next step. It was just, I know he's getting old. I know his hips hurt, but it was like, come on, dude, you're right there. Take that one more step and there would be no problem. I actually had to get another container to put underneath it. So that used to trigger me screaming, what the F, why can't you piss it? So I feel bad about that, because I scared him. I know I scared him. He would run, and I wish I took that back. You know, for the past couple of months when he was missing his kitty litter box, pissing on the floor. You know what cat urine smells like, so you got to clean that up, get some bleach out, and doing that a couple times a week. I wish I could take that back, being mean to him in that way because of his age. I want to thank my mom for being such a great mother. She would always buy him gifts. Now, some gifts were really good, like the stairs and stuff like that. She would get him blankets and all this stuff. I'm like, you know how cats are, they just, whatever it is that's in your house, they own, So I want to thank my mom. She went overboard sometimes and bought him all kinds of little gifts, and I want to thank you very much. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate it. And I know he did too. So what else can I talk about him? The other cool thing about Buddy was, well, he was born July 9th. That's the same day as my grandmother, and the day right before my birthday. So I thought that was pretty unique as well. Yeah, that's about it, I think. I mean, everybody loved him. Great cat. And the weird thing too, my coping how do you say that word? My coping mechanism was kind of strange. The day before, the day of, and the day after him dying, putting him to sleep, I just went into this cleaning mode. I went through all my cabinets, whatever I haven't touched in a few months, I just started throwing away. Call up all my friends, not all my friends, but I call my friends, some of my family members. Do you want this? Do you want that? If you don't want it, it's going in the trash. So I made several trash runs, cleaning out my cabinets, my basement, my closets, my garage. I don't know what it was, but that was my coping mechanism, and that's the only way I was able to deal with his death, was to clean and throw things out. But buddy, I know you're in a better place. I will get your remains, and you will be with me forever and ever. Okay, buddy? I love you very much. I love you, buddy. Thank you, everybody. Until the next video, Baldadonis.
My dear friend, where have you been? Where have you gone? What did you win? Someone there, are you listening? Is it too late, my dear friend? We felt the sunshine, we found we found the gold. We thought we'd be forever young, but now I know we can't keep floating, we have to fall. This is the beat of broken hearts, is it our lost? We can't go on again, 'cause you seem like you want it bad. My head is spinning off the edge, and I'm giving in way too fast, way too fast. Caught up in the flashing light, keeps it dead in my mind, leading me on like it's whatever. We could go on, but we should know better. We can't go on again, 'cause you seem like you want it bad. My head is spinning off the edge, and I'm giving in way too fast, way too fast. We can't go on again, 'cause you seem like you want it bad. My head is spinning off the edge, and I'm giving in way too fast, way too fast.
So when the vet came to the house, after she told me what she was going to do, we went upstairs. Buddy was on the other side of my bed, and we consoled him, we patted him, I told him how much I love him, how much I'm going to miss him, and cried like a baby. And then we brought him down to the end of my bed, and my window is facing the pond. So we got him to a position where he was looking out, and he can see the pond in the sky. And they put the medication in him, and that was it. He died peacefully on my bed.
My dear friend,